And now we're going to add another section, and it's going to be including our progress bar, which can be like that, or we can use that previous section to be duplicated, and then we're gonna move it to the bottom in here. Okay, for quick styling, we're gonna get rid of our shape divider for this section, and you can always keep trying with your visuals. You can come up with new art directions. And we have our text in here. Replace both of them and make our typography on that part, and we have this part. I'm gonna delete that image, and then I'm gonna insert our progress bar in here. So we got that bar, and we're gonna customize it, and we're gonna duplicate it to use the same customization style to save our time and effort. So let's start editing by changing our title, make it our skills, for example, and we can customize our percentage, make it 90% or whatever you would like. This one, same like buttons, we have the info and success, and those are default colors by the Elementor page builder. You can make it green or orange or red for quick customization, or even you can make it on default and you customize it the way you would like. That's what we're gonna do for our website. So now we have display percentage, we can enable that or hide like that, and it's totally up to you. So I'm gonna leave it for now. And we have inner text, we have our skill for web designer or whatever you would like. So we can make this one, for example, marketing, and we're gonna start editing our style from here. We have the progress, we have the color, which is that part. We're gonna insert our hex colors as usual. Okay, and let's make it like that. We can add even the new hex color we just used, but looks pale, or even that one. And for that background, we're gonna make it on our yellow color. And we have the inner text color, we're gonna leave it as it is. And then we have our title style, which is that part. We're gonna make it same like the progress part, and we're gonna enable typography, and then we're gonna start customizing our text. We can make this one, you can add some spacing for that part maybe, and I'm gonna leave it light. I'm not gonna make it bold or anything because it looks really nice like that. And then we're gonna duplicate that section. Okay, we're gonna add maybe 4 progress bars like that. Then we're gonna start customizing each of them. Maybe make this one 60 and make this one like that maybe, and then we're gonna make this one maybe like that. Okay, they usually look nice when you start making them more random. And here I'm talking only about visuals, and you can start customizing each of them. Make this one maybe photography or anything you would like, maybe illustration, Lightroom, for example. So these are just examples, and if you would like to remove those titles and get another art direction, you can even remove that, and they will look all of them attached to each other, and you can only control that part for another look. But I think when we have gaps, it looks even better, so we're gonna make it as it was. And this for our progress section. Now we need to customize our section a little bit, because like we need to make it boxed and give it some space. Okay, so we have a little bit of space like that. That's too much. Let's increase the space, and let's increase our minimum height and make it even like that. And then for that section, we have the left, we can make this one to 0 like that, and now it looks even better. But now we need to increase that distance between our columns. So we have the section, and maybe this is something we didn't use a lot for our previous sections. So we have the columns gap, we have it on default, and we can make this one maybe wide, so we have more space in here. Or even you can go for wider if you would like to have more separation between them. Okay, now you have another option. If you want to emphasize that stroke in that part, we can start working on adding a little bit of gradient in this section to make our stroke or our border more visible and make this section stand out a little bit more. So we have our section in here, and let's go to our style. We're going to use background gradients as shape dividers for the entire section, as a nice trick you can be using later. Let's add the second color and start customizing our section. Maybe make it dark like that. Now we have it visible like that. I think we can make that angle a little bit like that, and now it looks even better. And then one more trick to add some dynamic effect in that part of our website. Let's add an entrance animation for our website. So we have element style in here. Let's go to element style and we have the entrance animation. Let's make this one maybe fade in right. So it's gonna look like that, okay? Also we have the zoom in, which is nice, but I'm gonna stay with that one, fade in right, okay? And I'm gonna do the same for our other progress bars, and I think you should do that probably before you start duplicating your custom bars, but sometimes you forget about some feature or so, and it's gonna be much easier to adjust just one feature instead of freestyling the entire widget or the entire element, okay? So we're gonna make it all like that. So we're gonna have some dynamic in our fonts, and you can add also some animation for this part. So we're gonna customize its heading first and make it our progress. We can add some entrance animation for the entire section if you would like. So maybe we'll make this one to be fade in like that, and for this one as well we're gonna make it fade in, okay? And also for the button I'm gonna make it fade in down. And now let's save that. We can add some little animation for our image in here. Maybe entrance animation. We can make this one fade in right, and we're gonna do the same animation for our text. I'm gonna make entrance animation to fade in, and this one to fade in as well, and then we will make our button to fade in down like that. And I'm gonna add some animation for our image to make it shrink. And here's one more thing I want to talk about. We have this in content, we have our image, and you can actually do something to your image. You can make it open in a light box, and this goes for almost every other image you can insert in your website. So you can add link to media file or custom URL. So for the custom link, you can make it be linked to any other link either in your website or outside your website. And then you have the media file, which will make it be opening in lightbox according to your global settings, and we're gonna see that in action right now. So when we click on that image, now we have a hover effect, and maybe you were doing that to make people click on your image and take them to another area of your website or even outside, or you want them to see the image when it's in lightbox. So we're gonna click on our image, you're gonna start seeing a lightbox like that. And that light box is global settings that you can customize for each and every image on your website. So think of that as default setting, and those settings are global settings within your website. So when you go to your hamburger menu, then global settings, and you have the style, then you have the light box. You can customize the background color from here, or enable in editor or image lightbox, and all that you can customize. Even the hovering you can customize from here. And when you go back to your image in here, you can see it's linked to media file. So if you link it to media file, all those global settings will be applied to that image or any other image within your website. And if you want to make a specific change to that image, you can choose lightbox from here and make it on yes or no. So now back to our sections. Now we're gonna add another section that's including our theme. Okay, so we're gonna add a new section in here, and this one will be having our theme in here. through many ways. We can add the image boxes to our section and duplicate them and use that image for a member of our team and a description about that team. Or even you can add some images and add some titles on them customized. Okay, and also you can use the testimonials. For example, we can add this one in here, and for the image we can add an image from here, maybe that guy here, and we can insert into media, and we can go style our image, so we can control our image from here. We can increase our image size like that, and then we can go for this part and make our image position in the top, so it's gonna be looking like our testimonials but with a bigger image. And I think this one will be looking nicer than this one for images, and we're gonna use the same images we used for the testimonials for the tutorial purpose. So we're gonna start customizing them, and I think it will be nicer to use it that way because I like this border. And even you can customize your image even more, like, so you have the border type none, and you can add border radius, and you have the image size, so you can even make it a little bit bigger or like that. And then we're gonna delete that widget in here, so we have our content, and this could be few description about our member, or even you can remove that part to leave it as an image and the title and name for your team members, like that. And we can add some little description about this, our designer, for example, and then we can change its name and make it Khalil Ibrahim, for example. And then we have our job as a designer, and we have the image position set as it is. Or you know what, let's mention them as departments, for instance, like design department, marketing, and so on. Then we're gonna go style it. For the content, we have content color. We can make this one dark gray like that, or even we can make this one lighter, so maybe like that. And we can activate our typography and reduce our line height to make it even closer to the image, and let's make it all uppercase. Can make it even a little bit smaller. And then we have the name, can change its color to be our corporate color, and we can activate typography for that. I'm gonna make it uppercase. And then we have the job, I'm gonna make it lighter gray like that. I'm gonna enable typography and change that font, make it open sans or nice sans serif. I'm gonna increase the light letter spacing in here and make it like that. Okay, and then we can go for the entire section and add a little bit of some padding or margin, maybe for the top only, and make it, or even for both of them, I'm gonna add maybe 90 like that. Then for our widget, we're gonna add some padding for internal spacing like that. Then we can duplicate that widget or that column row from here, because like duplicating the widget from here will result in repeating it to the next row like that, which you might prefer to keep your team in 4 sections. You can do that for the entire, for that one as well. So maybe you will have your team members as that way, or even you would like to duplicate your row and you will have 3 of them. I think I'm gonna remove that row because like I don't really need it, and that one as well, and we got this one removed. So we got our 3 team members, and you can add more if you want. And then we're gonna add those images. We're gonna insert that one, and we have this one. Let's make it this one for the tutorial purpose, and we're gonna change make it maybe marketing, and we can change this one, make it production, for example. Okay, so this for our team members, and we can add some social icons if you would like to make it look professional or even accessible to your team members if you would like. We have the social icons in here, and you can add them to all of your team members. But before we do that, we would like to customize them. They are quite big, so you can customize their style or even add items. For example, you can add WordPress, for example, and you can make them, instead of round, you can make them circles like that, square, or circle like that. And I think circle looks really nice, so we just need to make them a little bit smaller. So we can go to style, and we have official color. We can change their color to make it customized, or we can customize their size like that and make it even a little bit smaller but visible. Okay, and we have our padding to increase or decrease for the icons and surrounding borders, and you can add borders and icon hover if you would like. Now we have none of them, but we can add some, maybe a grow effect, so when you move on them they will get a little bit bigger. And of course you can add your links in here. So you have icon, it's Facebook, and you can choose to insert your public profile, but make sure to insert public profiles, and you can change its icon if you would like from here. And now we need to duplicate them, move them in here, and maybe insert them a little bit like that, and then we're gonna duplicate that one and move it. Now you can go ahead and add a shape divider for the entire section. I'm gonna go shape divider. I'm gonna make it tilt light like that, and you can change its height if you would like. And now I wanna get rid of that gap and even do another customization to our background, but let's get rid of that gap by making our margin instead 0 in here, and I'm gonna increase our padding. Okay, so we're gonna make it in the inside. See, here you can see the difference between margin and padding in a very clear explanation. So let's go back to our section customization for the shape divider. I'm gonna flip it like that,